What's up, guys? You're here today with another episode of Aim with Purpose. I'm here with my co-host Matt Burke,
What's going on, guys?
and today it's just a duo mission episode, so no special guests. But today we'll just be reflecting on life after high school, more specifically what we could have done differently as the young men we are, and what lessons we honestly learned. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into the start of it and let Berkio take the hold of the ship.
Um, Man, graduated high school 2019. As soon as I graduated, I moved out to Sterling to live with my dad and my stepmom. As soon as I got there, I enrolled in Nova, started studying computer science. Not really because I had a passion for it, but mostly because I knew that's where the money was. The money's always in tech when it comes to salary related positions. Was doing that, wasn't really feeling the vibe that Nova offered. I was really to myself. I didn't really talk to anybody. Um, I was just doing my thing. And then COVID hit, top of 2020, around March. We all know we went home for spring break and never came back. I was really, thinking about what I could do during that time because obviously I couldn't leave. So I decided to take a full semester of Nova over that summer to finish my degree quicker, my associates. So I believe I finished Nova from August 2019 to December 2020. Got my associates. That leads us into 2021. Transferred to Mason to study CS to see if I wanted to get my bachelor's. Did the first semester there. I mean, not gonna lie to y'all, failed my first CS class getting there. Did not expect it to be that hard, and definitely was a class that weeded out the people who weren't really about the computer science life, and I was one of those people that really wasn't ready for the amount of work that it took. So and throughout all this, I'm working part time at Lifetime out in Sterling, Ashburn. The people that I met there, amazing people, great friends I still have to this day. Then May 2021 comes around. I'm just failed my class, thinking like, what am I gonna do? Is this even right for me? Not really sure about what the future holds. And then I was blessed with an opportunity, to say the least. I met someone. I rekindled a friendship with a friend that I had way back in like sixth grade, and he told me about the job that he had working for AWS, doing data center. It was a data center position, destroying hard drives. And he came to me and he was like, "Yo, Monday through Thursday, 10-hour shifts. You'll get paid 24 an hour, and you're paid weekly." And as soon as he said that, I was like, "Well, I don't need school to make money, so I don't need my bachelor's to make money. So I'll see y'all." I tried to go back, try to take a couple classes, but with the money that I was making and the frame of mind I was in, I wasn't taking class serious at the time. So I've been doing that ever since August 2021. And then let's see, March of 2022, I move out of my parents' house in Sterling. I move out to where we're at now here in Fair Oaks. And I was living here with my good friend Andrew. Yeah, I've been here ever since then. Been at AWS ever since then. Um, I will say the shift that I've had in mindset came from actually when I was able to start working and making money because I was able to be more present. That's definitely one thing that I learned along the way that's helped a lot in my life, focusing on what you can control now and how it can um, compound into future results.
Yeah, I mean, but so looking back on, reflecting on what you went through, is there anything you wish you did differently?
Wish I did differently.
Bro was on a whole ramble story.
Yeah, things I wish I did differently. As far as the way my life could have gone differently if I stayed in school and stuck it out with doing my computer science stuff. Um, I honestly don't know where that would have taken me. Don't get me wrong, my life could have been way different if I didn't choose to go to AWS, but I'm very happy with my decision. I'm content with my decision. I think my decision was made for a reason, and the things that I've been able to experience and see and think critically on would not have happened if I was still stuck in the mindset of just finish my degree, just finish my degree. So, um, I definitely think my life could have been different, but with the with the freedom of societal pressure, it allowed me to think more inward about what I wanted to do with my life overall. And I mean, from that came this.
Yeah,
So
respect
I
to that.
think I think that was the right decision. I'm definitely way more purpose driven.
I agree. So basically, you're saying you don't really regret anything and you don't want to change anything
No,
from the
of my
past.
of my past, no, I think everything I've done was the right decision for me because of where I am now. I'm not at a worse place than when I was then.
Agreed. And yeah, I mean, I can kind of piggyback off that. I feel like if you live with life with regrets and kind of change something of the past, then you're just kind of living in the past.
Yeah, exactly.
And me personally, I would not change one thing, honestly at all, because I'm into the man I am today. I feel like I have my head on a swivel, and I feel like I'm in a good place in this present moment to be blessed and understand like where I want to go with my life
Yeah.
is it's a blessing. So I wouldn't really change anything of my past.
Mhm.
I guess you could always say like I would want to do something better,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't have attained the knowledge that I know now. So,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, I don't really have a regret, but I wish I could have done things better.
Mhm.
And
What were some things that you learned throughout that time period from
after high school,
yeah, post high school to now?
I learned a lot, bro. I can't even fathom it into words. I guess I'm not uh, intellectual enough to actually put it into words.
Mhm.
But I've learned a lot, man. I mean, s- I can't just pick one lesson, but
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
just to be patient and to persevere through what I'm going through is
Mhm.
definitely two words I really just hang myself on,
Mhm.
and just to follow my passion, perseverance. Whatever the
Facts.
other one. Yeah, I mean, just to persevere and be patient,
Yeah.
to follow my passion and understand that all of it's not instant gratification. Because
Mhm.
growing up in today's day and age, you're always comparing yourself to others. So I feel like instant gratification is a norm, and I had to learn that the hard way.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely learned a lot. I don't have any lessons on the top of my head. Maybe I can get into later, or maybe one right now. I have one at the top of my head that's a kind of a saying that I
Mhm.
learned from someone else, but it's to respond instead of react to something that someone says.
Yeah.
So instead of reacting to something that someone says out of emotion, you kind of respond to it,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
So that's something I definitely carried the last couple years, but
Mhm.
not only that, I've learned a lot. So
So, do you think with that you also feel that you got no regrets up to this point?
nah, like I said earlier, I don't have any
Yeah.
regrets because I wouldn't be the person I am today without anything. Like I said, I would want to do stuff better,
Mhm.
but you can't change the past. So
Facts.
I accept with what I've gone through, made me into the person I am, and I have no regrets at all now.
And how do you think someone should go about, trying to be okay with the life that they built for themselves without having that regret hang over
Don't
their
live
head?
in the past. I mean, at the end of the day, there is no.
Right
You could
answer.
say time is a man-made concept,
Yeah.
but there is no past and there is no future.
Mhm.
The only time you genuinely have is this moment right now, the present moment that you are in.
Yeah, that's something I've
So,
really felt.
yeah, why focus on the past when you
Mhm.
can't fix it?
Yeah,
And why
exactly.
focus on the future? Because you can't
It's
create that
unpredictable.
reality.
Yeah.
You can't create that reality for your future unless you create what's happening right this moment.
Mhm.
So I feel like people that need to hear like uh people that are still stuck on the past,
Mhm.
I feel like it helps to tell them like, hey, like, why are you stuck on something that's non-existent?
Yeah.
Why don't you focus on right now and change what
Facts.
you can? So going forward, that mistake you made in the past really feels like a pebble on this large path
Yeah,
that you're walking.
that's one thing that I really tried to focus on was being aware of what I can control in every single instance and make I mean, you don't got to make every second the best possible chance, but to take it like one day at a time.
Mhm.
Like to be like wake up every day and be like, okay, how can I get better today? Because if you're constantly improving, then those regrets aren't as they don't hold you back as much because you can admit to yourself that you're better off now than when you were back then.
Yeah, I agree. Is there anything you specifically like looking back? You said you went to college those 2 years,
Mhm.
grinded out whatever, and then took that. I think it was you're going into your junior year of college.
Mhm.
You said you failed out, right?
Yeah.
Do you regret anything like or surrounding that? Like, do you wish you didn't even take that third year and explored options for working, or
I will say when I got to Mason, I wish I didn't give up so easily
yeah, like
because
persevere, like I talked about earlier. Like,
yeah.
I've started a lot of things, not started a lot of things, but like I've started things that I was skillful at,
Mm-hmm.
but didn't persevere because I was so focused on other worldly things,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of derailed me off my path to
Mm-hmm.
success, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, yeah,
Success in my mind is different than how someone else perceives the word success.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, all right.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like my first semester at Mason when I got there was like extremely difficult to the point where I intellectually wasn't capable of doing it. It was really just a commitment factor. And I mean, I love playing Call of Duty, I still do. So when all my classes are online and I'm sitting at home, comfy, like it's not like it was like reaching out to me like, oh, you really got to pay attention. Because at the end of the day, I didn't even know what I was going for. Like I said, like it was all tech for me has always been a money driven occupation. And I mean, I can geek out over tech. I mean, I love technology. I think it's innovative. I think it's cool. But I never saw myself as someone who could sit there 40 to 50 hours a week and code for
Because you're not passionate about it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I had to, and I couldn't really come to that fact because I was living in that fear that I couldn't make it elsewhere. I couldn't fathom that thought and like to turn away from it. That money above all else allowed me to really think inwardly about what it is I wanted to do. And it's, you know, it's not really for everyone that that they would have to have the money to do that. But for me, like I said, I was so swamped with what am I going to do after this? Where am I going to like where
You had no direction in your life.
zero direction.
And I feel like that's a problem with a lot of young individuals, females and males,
Mm-hmm.
that you know, right after high school, you don't really know the direction of life you want to take, and you know, props to you if you do, because that's fucking sick. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you know, most people are following a direction of other people's, like,
Yeah,
like
facts.
people. It's like, let's say, for, if you will, a GPS gives you directions, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're following directions from another person and not your own, like
Yeah.
your own will. So it's just like, I feel like that causes a lot of us young individuals to be lost in the moment and focus on other things. My bad, I just heard that.
No, yeah, my bad, y'all. We just heard thought someone knocked at the door, but I don't think that's who that is.
Fuck it. But yeah, no, I feel like a problem with us young individuals is that we don't have a direction in life.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of just walk off the path of what we're supposed to be doing, and you kind of focus on other worldly things like Call of Duty or, you know, going out or doing certain things, and you get lost.
Yeah, so
And
that's the thing. When I was taking those classes, I was literally thinking about anything and everything else but that class.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, during
Yeah.
quarantine, I was focused on everything besides what I needed to focus on.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah,
for
yeah.
example, start of quarantine happens. You know, I'm a senior in high school. I just get back to school, and everyone's talking about this COVID thing. So, time goes by. You know, they send us all home for a little bit, and then it ends up being the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
So, during that time period, you know, I needed to focus on what am I going to be doing into the early stages of my adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
What do I need to do to basically set myself up for the future? And all I would do was run from that thought. Like, I would play video games, or I would get high, or I would, you know, hang out with friends, or do everything possible to get me away from that
Facts.
thought, because I feared it so much
Yeah,
that I didn't want to face it.
yeah.
And you kind of, I related with when you said that earlier. So that's just my own thought, and I feel like that's just natural. With,
Yeah, and
things you fear.
don't get me wrong. It's not like, you know, we don't want to sit here and say that college, you know,
It's
isn't
pointless.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
pointless
it's
at
not
all.
pointless. It's not pointless at all because we had Fran on here the other day. Look what he was able to, you know, what opportunity
To
he
do
was able
with
to
college.
get. Yeah, with college. But yeah, I mean, for me, it was all money driven, and as soon
I
as
think it's. I mean, I do think money is a great motivator, of course,
yeah,
but it just depends. Like, some people have deep passion for money,
mm-hmm.
but you know, others don't. Like, I guess it's all different in my opinion. I feel like anything can be used as a passion.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess yeah, the way I looked at money, I mean, my entire life, I always just
I had
wanted.
a love of money.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't really respect that what it does. Like, I just had a love of money, knowing that it could buy me these materialistic things,
mm-hmm.
but I didn't know what would come with money, or what it actually has to offer in this world. It was just the love of money and what it can buy me itself.
Yeah,
If that
yeah.
makes sense.
And for me, it was I just want enough to where I'm comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So like, And that's the thing. As soon as I got that job and I got the opportunity, it was enough for me. Like I was genuinely happy. I didn't have to have that weight in the back of my head of, bro, like what are you gonna do after college?
Because let's say you were just working, putting your best foot forward every day, but like you're still passionate about things on the side, and
Yeah.
the job you have allows you to pursue your passions with your off time. That's
Facts,
why you are
facts.
more comfortable. But
Yeah,
there are
yeah,
other
yeah.
people who are trapped and shackled to that job,
Yeah.
and they don't
Facts.
understand that direction they want to go to. So I feel like you were just blessed with the opportunity.
Oh, 100% listener.
Yeah, you were just blessed with the opportunity, and then you just took your best foot forward and to realize that this gives me the opportunity to focus on things that I'm passionate about on the side.
That once that mindset took over and it was less salary money based and it was more purpose driven. That's when I had like the biggest change in mindset, because like I said, I wasn't so focused on how am I going to make this work. It was more like, oh, I can make this work in any situation I'm in. I just have to play my cards right and be confident about my ability.
I wonder if they can hear those pipes.
Maybe here.
Won't be an issue soon when we move this.
Facts.
To be honest,
Sad days coming.
the day zero down for. But no, I mean, just to pick off that, I mean, do you have is there something that steps out to you that is your biggest lesson that kind of overhauls these last 3 years since, or well, let's say 4 years because you graduated in 2019. Is there something that is an overhaul lesson that you can think of that just kind of like like I don't know.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Encompasses the past 3 years.
Yeah. Basically,
And like, there's no way you can judge how far you'll go if you show up to do something every single day.
Agreed.
like-
it's like putting your best foot forward.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I was doing those classes over that time period, I put my best foot forward every single day because I just wanted to get the associates done. Like I at the end of the day, I really just wanted to get out of school because I just didn't like what I was doing. It goes back to all that. But yeah, put your best foot forward every single day because you don't know how your hard work will compound, and you don't know. I mean, goes back to luck equals preparation plus opportunity. You don't know when you'll get an opportunity, but you want to be prepared no matter what.
Agreed. And I feel like subconsciously I've done that,
Yeah.
without even realizing that I am putting my best foot forward. I would say towards not the end of quarantine, because God knows when that shit ends. I don't know when. I feel like we're still in quarantine, But I would say the end of August of 2020, I started working out, and that's when I like started to put my best foot forward every day. I would put a lot of effort into my body, and not for other people to, realize that I look good,
Yeah.
but just for myself, like my
Yeah.
own mental health. The reason that's the reason I started lifting, but the way I felt after lifting was like every day felt like a better day, always. And as time went on, I was prepared and met a lucky opportunity, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And I mean, to focus on working out, like specifically, your physical health and your mental health are two different things that need to be trained and.
But mind, body, soul is all like one.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, if you're not working out, it'll affect your mental. Or like if
Yeah.
you're not treating your body right, it'll affect your mental. But if you treat it in a way that like you treat your body as a temple, like you did during that time period, your mental slowly got better because you felt like your body felt better.
Oh
And-
yeah, I definitely working out's honestly probably the main reason I felt better.
Mhm.
I mean, it started with that because it kind of just leaked into all my other habits
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
have nowadays. But I mean, I would work out, 6 days a week, track every single macro into my body, and that was a pretty consistent thing for about 6 months, I'd say.
Mhm.
Probably 5 to 6 months. It was very consistent, but that really just taught me to persevere through what I was going through because I didn't want to work out 6 days a week.
Yeah.
But I did because I just know the mental benefits it was giving me.
Mhm.
So I would just persevere through it, and I definitely do. I'm definitely grateful for finding that out.
Like I said, personally, I feel that, I mean, it's on the wall. If you find a purpose, you're more motivated in a sense that's deep meaning that can almost be, that it can't be shaken. Like, through these past, I'd say year and some change since this has been an idea, a lot of things that I've done on the side have faltered. Whether or not it's because I kept up with them is an aspect, but I wake up every day and I think about this. So that is a driving motivator that manifests itself in other aspects of my life. So I do think, purpose is one of those things that I found throughout, the past 3 to 4 years. But in regards to, life moving forward, what is something that you would like to learn from that you've experienced?
What would I want to learn from my past experiences going forward?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird because I feel like I have a good understanding of my past experiences, but I feel I'm not gonna say the dumbest person stops learning, but like if you want to be a smart intellectual, you want to keep learning. So I definitely just whatever God throws my way, and He continues to allow me to understand from my past, then I definitely it will all make sense then. I can't understand it now, but I know that later on I'll understand more things about my past that all makes sense in that moment.
Yeah. Kind of like understanding what you went through to make what comes tomorrow better. So you have
and I feel like I reflect a lot on my past. I reflect a lot on everything because I'm constantly thinking, sharpening my mind, and I feel like, there's nothing that really comes to mind, but I definitely want to learn more so I can be prepared for the future kind of thing, and sharpen my mind as much as I can, like understanding more life lessons and just being able to pass it forward in all the things that I have intelligence in.
I will say that self-reflection was another part to all that, kind of metamorphosis, transformation. The more I looked inward, the more flawed I viewed myself, and I saw it as a way to right my wrongs within myself to allow me to be a better person moving forward.
Well, you focusing inward made everything be once you focused inward and helped that, everything outward became easier.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, everything expressed within is what happens in your daily life.
Facts.
Because people are a reflection of their emotions. People are a reflection of who they are inside. It's not necessarily because of this world. It's a reflection of who you are as a person. So
and how you view yourself, right?
Yeah. I mean, same thing, reflection. So I feel, and me personally, you were just talking about how self-reflection was a big lesson and a big help to make you the man you are today, sitting on the couch. But I feel like I just do all those things naturally. I couldn't even think of a lesson or think of something I'd want to change because I don't know. I feel like I'm such at peace and I don't know. It's just weird.
Well,
I think outside the box. I'm always self-reflecting, even right now.
Yeah. It's a good thing to have to be the observer of your actions in all regards because you check yourself more. You know what I mean? It's and I can say for you personally, you don't do things that are in your worst interest because you observe your actions.
Yeah.
So you act in a way that is you trust yourself to make the right decision, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I just listen to my intuition. Everyone talks about that gut feeling or choose what your heart chooses. At the end of the day, the heart's cool and all and shit, but the intuition that I've been blessed with and I've trusted these last 3 years have been second to none. It is pretty crazy what I have done with my intuition, and I follow that. The sales job, I actually didn't tell you, but I just dropped that recently because it's very good money, but I can't put myself to terms to pause everything I'm doing for someone else's vision. Yeah, money's cool and all, but it doesn't drive me to the point of, risking my own sanity for a job.
Does it as in the things you would miss out on if you took that opportunity, or more
Not that. No, I feel like it's just I'm more passionate about other things.
Yeah, that's what I mean though.
Yeah, I'm more passionate about other. Yeah, so yes, I mean I am not fearful to miss out on things, but I don't want to live with the regret of stopping something else that I have going for me right now, in spite of getting money and getting a bag.
That's fair.
Makes sense?
That's fair. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Because I mean, it's cool and all. I know money will come, and no matter what, it will come
Mm-hmm.
if I just apply myself and continue this path I'm walking on.
Mm-hmm.
But the lessons that I will learn, going forward with the things that I have on my plate, I feel like are something I'd
Rather do.
rather do.
Yeah, for real. I mean, that's a great way to look at it. There's a lot of things I could do that could pursue my career in tech to a level of making more, but I mean, I focus on this because I genuinely love doing it, and like it's that love for doing it is stronger than the love for money. And some people out there will say, that's dumb, you should get the money now while you're young.
We all just have different perspectives.
Exactly. I have a different goal
Oh.
than to make as much money as possible.
The one thing I actually, now that I talking out my ass and acting
Yeah.
like I have no fucking lesson to learn, the one thing that I really, really use a lot is the word perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my dad telling me, I remember vividly, like where we were. We were at the Melt in Leesburg. Just had lunch.
Yes.
Just had lunch and everything.
That place
and,
is so good.
I remember my dad has that. You haven't seen it, bro. Bro had a trap car. Like his work car would have like everything he needs for his sales,
Mm-hmm.
and there was just one single seat in the back, smushing you in, and then it was just his car seat, the driver's seat. So I remember being in the back. He's driving, and
Yeah.
I'm smushed in the back, and I remember him telling me that, the power of perception is honestly second to none, because the way you view something can change completely just off of one thought.
Mm-hmm.
And to pick off that,
Mm-hmm.
like you may perceive something as different than me.
Mm-hmm.
Then like let's say I'm looking at this water bottle on the table, if you guys can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I perceive that water bottle differently than you would perceive it.
Yeah.
And that's just that just leads into every situation, every way you look at life.
Mm-hmm.
People don't perceive the same thing as you. So when you can understand everyone else's perception, you get a better grasp at life.
Facts. You get a different opinion on different things, and it like molds a more collective idea of what
You come to know
Yeah.
of that topic.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, that's a good point, because I remember when we first met, end of April 2021, and that was around the same time that I was failing my class, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do going forward. That was one thing that we talked about a lot early on, was perspective, because I had such a negative and hopeless perspective about my ability to provide for myself.
I feel like I really I used to hone in on that perspective topic a lot at the time because it really stuck with me, and it still sticks with me now, but it's just mostly in my subconscious. But I feel like the power of perspective is just crazy, because you can change the way you view something, or change the way the whole world views something just off of a sentence. So like you said, you just change your perception of who you are and what you have to offer just off of a conversation with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I feel like it's just, perception is pretty crazy, and I've put that into my subconscious, and I use it every day. I don't like, for example, if someone, let's say some douchebag on the road flicks me off, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really do too much.
Mm-hmm.
From my perception, most people would, try to get the road rage back,
They'd
flick
react.
them off. They'd react. But me, I kind of respond instead of react, because I realize that I'm looking from his eyes. Like,
Yeah.
he's just having a bad day.
Yeah, facts.
Or, if someone's angry at me and I don't understand why they're angry at me, it's because just I'm trying to see from their perception what I did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
In my eyes, I didn't do anything wrong. So I feel like when I look through other people's, eyes, it's just, it makes life a lot easier, and I feel like it's just something I've honed in on the last couple of years.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Perspective, kind of goes back to what we originally talked about with reacting and responding. It's your perspective of it. Like, some bad things are, obviously bad, but how you react to them are another aspect to it. Like, you don't always have to react in a negative way, like you just highlighted.
Yeah, and literally, like I said earlier, you have to respond instead of react, because you're just reacting out of spite. Like, you're just reacting.
Emotion.
Yeah, you're reacting out of emotion. But when
Mhm.
you respond, you're giving your actual thought.
Yeah, facts.
And you're separating your...
Thought from emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're separating your thought from emotion.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
But nah, I did fuck with this episode. I mean, it's short and sweet. We talked about a little self-reflection, and I'm sure there'll be more episodes in the future.
Yeah, y'all got to get to know us a little bit and how we view life, and
Yeah,
what we've
we'll
been
have
through.
more. We have, some upcoming guests these next couple weeks, and we'll be more consistent with a schedule. So I appreciate all of you guys watching, and most importantly, if you guys have any feedback you would like to, let us know. Things you like, things you dislike, things we could add, what you would like to see in the future. We would
in the
both,
comments,
comments or just text both of us personally.
Yeah,
I'm sure
hit us up
these
on
are all
IG.
personal relationships, people watching, and we really appreciate all the people that are in these early stages, ground zero of the podcast. But if ideas or things you want to change or that would be more visually appealing, whatever it is, just any feedback in general, we would really appreciate. But I hope everyone listening, has an amazing day, a blessed day going forward, and just, hopefully can apply one of the things they heard today. So I appreciate all you guys listening. And without further ado, I'm
peace out, guys. And with purpose.
And with purpose.
Know that life is